Okay, we're in Chambers Lake Trailhead Center again. Back on the Chehalis Western. Smells like somebody smoking dope. Typical smell in Washington. This time we're going to go right towards Yelm. Morning. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here in Washington on the Chehalis Western Trail. I'm heading towards the Yelm Tenino Trail. This was one I've done already on the video. Now everybody believes in putting a dog on a leash. There we go. Lunchtime. Yeah, this is called, we call it fist bop, or fist rice. And normally, forms it into a shape of a fist, where it gets its name. So she's put it in plastic containers for me so I can eat it. Really good.
You done?
All right.
What do you suppose the fishing's like out here?
Pardon?
What do you suppose the fishing is like out here? It looks like it's hard to get to. It's only a little bit of...
Have you been to the Chambers Lake? Is this Chambers Lake?
I think so. I think the sign said it's Chambers.
Yeah. Have you been to the Trailhead?
Yeah, that's where I started from, was up by the other lake.
Yeah, there's access to that's Chambers Lake, where the trailhead is. And last week, I rode from here and I talked to a guy who's just been fishing. I said, did you catch anything? He said, no. So I don't know if that answers your question. You too now. Enjoy your ride up Alcan. On the road again. Just in case I don't put that clip on, what happened was while I was sitting lunch, the gentleman came and he's making his way all the way up to Alaska. And he's got a camper. And he joined Planet Fitness. And evidently, Planet Fitness, he can use it and he can stay in the parking lot at most other places. They can't in Washington, evidently. Then the next morning he gets up and takes a shower. Sound like a reasonable idea. But he's being kicked out the last couple. In Washington, they don't allow you to do that. Pretty sad. Hey. Tandem. I'd say the golf course to my right here is Indian Springs, but I'm not absolutely certain. Yeah, the guy's towing a trailer and he's got a dog in the trailer. I'd be interested to see what happens when he catches up to a dog that's off a leash. Okay, I just gone over 200 miles. I'm at 201.4. I was hoping I'd keep an eye on that. Going over 200 miles on my bicycle. Pretty cool, eh? Not today, since I've owned it. Look at that. It's pretty sad. Not a garbage can. That was a fir tree road trailhead, by the way. There's that Portaloo. It's about 9 miles, I think, from the trailhead I started at Chambers Lake. Here's an example of how that stuff, Scotch broom, can take over. I think it's brought over by immigrants from Europe. Probably got bored with all the green, wants some yellow. I know, and it looks pretty like that for about a month or two. The rest of the year it's just scrub, really. You ever notice I don't stop at stop signs unless I have to? It's not that I'm ignoring them. It's they changed the Washington law. You don't have to if you're on a bicycle. If you're in a car, you still have to stop at stop signs. On a bicycle, you can treat them as a yield sign. That's what I do. Salmon restoration. Wow. That makes me laugh there. It looked like a dad dragged his 2 teenage kids out, go for a hike. You know, those 2 kids would rather be sitting in a room playing video games. You can tell it with the whole body language. So what I'm doing today, I started off in Lacey, the Chambers Lake Trailhead, and I'm riding to Yelm Golf Course. And I figured it's about let's see, it's about 7 miles down to Fur. Another 9 miles, so 7, 16, probably a little over 20 miles. I'll give you a report when I get there. And when I get there, young Oak's there with a car, and she's practicing her chipping and putting. Man, I just love this. You're in a beautiful part of the country. It's a gorgeous day. I'm on an e-bike. Couldn't get any better. No dog off a leash. I wonder what's going on here. I mean, have you ever heard of opening up the trail? Absolutely gorgeous. This is a pretty cool place to eat lunch too. I've eaten lunch quite a few times here. Nice view of the river. Actually where this gentleman is sitting. And you got to watch this corner here. Because I was riding here the other day, a couple of weeks ago I should say, this guy come around this corner so fast. And he took it wide, almost ran into us. So, unfortunately you get those kind of people on this trail. And you can see here again where the Scotch Broomers took over. Look at this. All over. And like I say, once it takes over, that's it. Right next to the tracks now. Okay, we're at Sculpture Park now, and you can tell why it's called Sculpture Park. It's actually a nice place to sit and eat lunch. You can sit over there. It's run on donations. There's a box over here for you to donate. Pretty cool place. A cool place to take a break. I don't know who those guys are. 20 miles. And we started at 6, so it's 14 miles I've done. All right, first horse I've seen on the trail. Okay, coming to the Yelm Tenino trail now. I'm leaving the Chehalis Western Trail onto the Yelm Tenino trail. Okay. Yeah, we just left the Chehalis Western Trail. And if you watch my, of course we're right next to the highway now, so say goodbye to our quiet ride. Holy cow. So if you watch my video, Tenino's Yelm, this may look familiar to you. We're heading into Rainier, the town of Rainier. We have 7 miles to go to Yelm. Again, look at the Scotch broom. Now, as I say, we're coming into the town of Rainier, and what I did, I popped it up into normal. I got 3 settings: eco, well actually 4, off, eco, norm, and high. But the only time you need high is when you go up a pretty steep hill. But the road going into Rainier here is a steady climb, so I usually pop it in the norm, because you got to remember I've already rode about 15 miles. So I was riding, I did the Yelm Tenino trail once, and I got it on video, and there's like hundreds of people in Rainier, and I'm like, what is going on? Like there's not normally hundreds of people in the town of Rainy. They just had a parade. Memorial Day, which is usually the last Monday in May, is the last Monday in May. And then we have Veterans Day, which is November the 11th. Hey, we got pickleball. 2 miles to go. Okay, right now we're going past the Tahoma Valley Golf Course, and that's where Young Oak is, waiting for me. And I've done over 20 miles.
Welcome.
Thank you. How's your day? Did you get my message, I guess?
Yeah. I was waiting.
So the end of the line, and
It took about, what, 2 hours?
2 hours is what I've been riding. Okay, this is it. We're at the golf course.